Listen to me. I'm gonna get off the phone right now, and I am gonna let you professionals look at the situation and come back to me with a solution. No matter what, no matter what nobody said. Let's just here and there. Y'all are not working together the right way. We're losing.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time. Because you'll see people saying that. I mean, he may feel a different way about pieces and bits of it, but he knows the truth. I think he'll see the truth in it.
Wow, that was some finish right there. Thank you, Robin, for that. Sean Combs' directing will be streaming worldwide on Netflix tomorrow.
He didn't know the camera was rolling, and now 50 Cent says the footage reveals everything about Diddy's true character. This changes everything. It started with a smirk, a casual joke, just a normal day on the streets of Harlem. Diddy laughing, hugging fans, then joking about needing hand sanitizer like a celebrity germaphobe. But what no one realized at the time was that this moment caught on camera would be used by 50 Cent to expose what he calls the real Sean Combs.
Just and not guilty. Like, I want to have a life to be able to live. You know, it's really going to be hard for me to take more hits than I take it. God forbid, get in front of a jury and have a chance. And so I'm having this emergency call because something has to give.
We need the core theme to be, you didn't do anything wrong. You know, you didn't do anything wrong on any front. And you've come to New York to face things head on. If anyone's ever paying any attention to what you've actually been doing, you've handled this with complete honor.
I don't think it's working. I listened. I've been a superb client, as you said. I jumped on the plane. I'm coming to New York, but I'm just running around waiting for a shoe to drop.
We're losing sight of the big picture, man. It's the middle of September and there's still no indictment.
Then you have to have a spokesman. You have to have some sort of comms to constantly be pushing that, Mark. Because you may just be a person that you just may watch CNN. You know what I'm saying? And there's 9 billion people in the world, and 7 billion of them is on Instagram and TikTok. And so you at the wrong place looking to see what the people with the possible jurors are thinking. We have to find somebody that'll work with us, whether they from this country or from another country. It could be somebody that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business of media and propaganda.
One of us would sit outside the hotel, one of us would go inside the hotel. Puff did all his meetings at the Beverly Hills Hotel. And I seen Shilk pull up. So I hit my man on the mic and said, yo, big boy getting ready to walk into the hotel. He frequented Beverly Hills Hotel also. You know what I'm saying? So he said, okay. He said, where he at? I said, he coming in the door. So Puff seen him, and Puff said, yo. So I came in right behind him after that, and Puff said, yo, I got this. He said, let me talk to him. So after he introduced everybody, he said, I got this. And that's when he talked to Suge and said, yo, what's the problem? Like, why we still going back and forth about this? And Suge said, nah, we ain't got no problem, this, that. He said, I just heard an interview the other day where you said this, that, and the other. He said, but listen here, man. He said, look at me when I'm talking to you.
This shows you his character, 50 said bluntly. To the average viewer, it might look like nothing, just another celebrity moment. But look closer. This wasn't a red carpet. This wasn't a press event. This was footage filmed days before a federal indictment. Diddy was under serious legal pressure, yet in public he appeared untouched, smiling, performing, almost deflecting, and that 50 Cent claims is the most telling part. But let's rewind for a second. 50 Cent and Diddy, two of hip-hop's biggest moguls, have been at odds for years. Diss tracks, jabs, subtle shots across interviews. But this was different. This wasn't about music. This was personal. And 50 had something new, evidence. Netflix's Sean Combs' The Reckoning wasn't just a documentary. It was a grenade. Produced and pushed hard by 50 Cent himself, the series promised to expose not only the lawsuits, the accusations, and the headlines, but also unseen footage, candid moments, wiretap-level access, and the internet ate it up. Early in the series, we see Diddy on the phone, pacing, his voice low, his tone clipped. He's speaking to lawyers. You can hear the stress in his breathing. You can almost feel the walls closing in. This isn't the confident mogul we've seen in interviews. This is a man scrambling, calculating, preparing for impact. And then, just minutes later, the scene cuts to that Harlem moment. Laughing, waving, joking. To 50 Cent, that contrast is everything. Look at the mask, he told GMA in a promo interview. People perform when they know the cameras are on, but this was the real him. But here's the twist. Diddy's team claims the footage was stolen, that it was never meant to be released, that 50 and Netflix crossed a line, and suddenly the story isn't just about Diddy, it's about whether 50 Cent just broke the rules of the game to win. Critics are divided. Some say 50 is exploiting real trauma for ratings. Others argue he's finally holding someone accountable that's dodged consequences for decades. But whatever side you're on, there's no denying one thing. The footage hit hard. Clips began circulating like wildfire on X, on TikTok. Voiceover snippets of Diddy caught mid-sentence, pauses, nervous laughter, micro expressions you wouldn't catch without slow-mo. Fans and haters alike dissected every frame. Yo, did you see that part where he touches his face after saying he's got nothing to hide? One TikTok commenter said, he's lying. Watch the blink rate, watch the shoulder tension. Suddenly the internet became a jury. But what's wild is that Diddy hasn't responded directly. No tweet, no statement, just silence and a legal team quietly issuing denials behind the scenes. Meanwhile, 50 Cent keeps posting clips, memes, even mocking Diddy's deodorant ad from 2016, sarcastically quoting it with "stay fresh for court, cold," but it doesn't stop there. One scene in the documentary features an ex-employee describing how Combs would switch personas like flipping a light switch. 1 second he's dancing in the studio, the man says. The next second he's throwing chairs. Another moment, a former juror from one of Diddy's past cases says on camera, "We knew he was guilty, but the prosecution couldn't tie the thread tight enough. He walked." And that's where this gets darker, because to 50 Cent, that's not a fluke. That's a pattern. He's even hinted without saying it directly that more footage might exist, that what's been shown so far is just the beginning. Like a magician revealing only half the trick, daring the audience to imagine what comes next. It's a masterclass in tension, in control, in narrative flipping. And here's the uncomfortable truth. It's working. Search interest in Diddy has skyrocketed. Netflix's The Reckoning hit #1 within 48 hours. And 50? He's riding the wave, positioning himself not just as a rapper, but as a truth teller, a disruptor, the guy who says what everyone else won't. But beneath the viral tweets and clickbait headlines is a bigger question. Can footage really reveal a man's character? Or are we all just projecting? Is a smile under pressure always fake? Is a joke while nervous always manipulation? Or are we just hungry for a villain? Because let's be honest, Diddy was once hip-hop royalty, mogul, visionary, hitmaker, the man who brought Biggie to the world, who launched Bad Boy Records, who threw parties that defined an era, but fame is fragile. And in 2025, we're not handing out second chances as easily. So now the man who once danced in a shiny suit under a rain machine is dancing around legal traps, reputational damage, and a media storm he might never outrun. And as for 50 Cent, he's smiling, watching, dropping new clips every week like breadcrumbs leading to something darker. And if what he says is true, then we haven't seen anything yet.
All right, I'm getting the phone calls. I'm getting to this. Yo, boss. Yo, man, yo, how 50 get? Blah, blah, blah. Yo, Puff, take this self doing that. Let me explain something to y'all. All right, whether it's NBAs, whether it's whatever. When these young boys come in, first of all, he only deal with young videographers because he want to rob them, and he know that they want the opportunity to follow Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. They want that opportunity, so they get him at a low price anyway. But when you stay out so many hours a day, Puff wants a videographer with him 24 hours a day, on call. Whether we on a yacht, whether we on a ship, whether wherever we at, he wants to videotape that, right? So now, they come to agreement. They come to whatever the pay is gonna be. But then it be so many hours on that invoice that he don't want to pay. He gets in touch with the office. He gets in touch with the chief of staff. Yo, what is this I'm paying? What is this I'm paying? You know what you paying. You was outside all of these hours. It's 160 something hours in a week. You was outside 140. That's the invoice he put in. So now, being if you got a contract and he don't stand to that contract, guess what happens? He could do whatever he want to do with that footage. So now that footage goes to the highest bidder. And 50 had to be the highest bidder to get the, this is business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't in love with you. Everybody ain't dedicated. Everybody ain't loyal to the point of stupidity. Trust me, I know it happened to me. We was running around. I remember I used to have timesheets that said 120 hours. Timesheets that said 140 hours. When we was making the album, he was making the album and everything. We in the studio. I am your security. I am with you. I live with you, so I'm with you. So we in the studio all this time. Anytime you out, I'm there. So when I put in, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck is he doing? What the fuck is they doing? The driver, the same thing. All of us get called in the office. Yo, what are you doing? You can't put down this amount of time. This is the time that we work. This is the time that everybody works. What you mean I can't put it? So because of who he is, they want you to work for free. Everybody not gonna do it. I did it for a long time. And I still kept doing it. They said, okay, Barnes, we're gonna just pay you 84 hours a week. I said, okay, because I was a convicted felon, and he knew that. Yo, it's so much to this man that y'all don't know, that y'all be saying, yo, I feel sorry for him. Feel sorry for what? He took advantage for years.